It's a bit uncouth of you to summon me here like this. It's a bit of a dive, isn't it? I generally prefer the Ritz. Well, you know, public place with lots of witnesses can't be beat, but this is charming. What have you brought me here for? The deal? What, our deal? Honey, I'm beginning to think that you don't trust me that much. It doesn't matter. Lucky for me, I brought the information ahead of time. Rather thought you'd be getting a little fidgety. Yep, it's all safe and sound right here in my pretty notebook. Plus, you know, a few extras I have tucked away. Some small things if you've been a good boy. Wow. I can't help you with that, but of course I do have all the information that you requested. It's nothing much, just my best work ever. But don't take my word for it. In this book, we have names, let's see, photographs, pages and pages and pages of photographs. Of course, telephone numbers, addresses, weak points, histories, loved ones. It's all very nasty and very confidential and quite a gruesome list. You, my friend, have nasty, nasty acquaintances. I think you should get better friends. Well, me, of course. I'm the most sophisticated and beautiful person you know. Now, I'm to understand you have a lovely check for me, What do you mean it's not with you? We had a deal. This is not what we agreed to. It was a simple exchange, hand to hand. I didn't want any of this. Where exactly is it? Of course it is, all right. And what do I have to do to get it? I gave you all the information that I know. It's in here. Of course I don't take you for a fool. I think I take you for a very intelligent man who should learn to trust his partners. You bore me. Fine. How about I read you the information, out loud from my magic book? Because I'm not going to hand it over to you until I have a check in my hands or you and I have reached an agreement. I'm a stubborn woman. Good luck. I think I'll be putting these securely away. So, how was your day, darling? Fine, if you insist on talking business. I want my check now. No, I won't settle for half, because I can clearly see the check poking out of your inner breast pocket, so I'm going to bet that this whole thing was a bluff, and you were trying to swindle me. Really? That was very, very, very ill-advised. Do you like my necklace? It's beautiful, isn't it? Freshwater pearls. Yes, they're beautiful. Light pink, very unusual. Do you wonder where I got them from? Well, I'll tell you. When I was a young ingenue just out of college, I was having a hard time paying off my student loans. One day, as I was drinking alone at a bar, I met an elderly gentleman who offered to take me home. I was pretty far gone at the time, so my judgment was rather impaired, but I do remember that he drove a Rolls-Royce, so I thought, why not? Of course, after I stifled him with a pillow, the evening took a less romantic turn than maybe he'd intended, but I was just fine with that because his safe was easy to pick. Some people choose the stupidest safe combinations, honestly. And I walked out with a historic string of pink freshwater pearls and a renewed sense of confidence, plus career options. These pearls were my making. And since day one, I've never been afraid to do what I had to do to get where I need to get. And if you think just because I'm a woman that I'm going to go easy on you, or that I'm tender-hearted, you're mistaken. So I would advise that you give me that check if you don't want to end up a broken strand of pearls. Thank you. I knew you'd see reason. And for being such a good boy, I have a little present for you. There's a small catch, of course, but I think you agree it's a pretty fair deal. Some time ago, it could have been, weeks, months, days, I lose track. It may have been as early as 3 days ago. I was having drinks in a spacious apartment penthouse with a lovely gentleman, and then, suddenly, whoops, he was on the floor, and I was breaking into his safe and escaping with $1 million in cash bonds. He was less than thrilled about my actions, how some men are overreacting to these things all the time. And he's been on my case a bit lately. It's nothing I can't handle, but I don't have any time to spare on him, so I was wondering if you would do me a favor and remove his piece from the chessboard, so to speak. It's not a hard job. And in return, because I believe in a fair trade, thank you for the check, by the way, is a whole packet of miscellaneous scandals and gossip and news, which I'm sure you could find some devilish way to use to your own twisted ends. You are a pretty messed up guy. It's pages and pages and pages of beautifully formatted information. Did I mention I'm a wizardress in Microsoft Word and Excel? I am. Anything you want to know about all the key players. It's a cheat sheet, in short, and I'd be happy to give it to you as a gesture of good faith. If you would, well, I would appreciate it. Do you accept my proposal? Splendid. I will drop this off for you at the usual meeting place when you give me confirmation of kill. You have my word on my honor. Well, I don't have any further business. Do you? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never rob an art gallery. That's horrible. Good heavens, what kind of girl do you take me for? It may or may not be on its way to Russia. A tragedy for the art world, I'm told. What a loss. I, on the other hand, have been sitting pretty. Well, of course, you would say that you have this weird conscience. It's just money, it's just business. Fine, I don't care that it's a Rembrandt. You bore me sometimes. You and your conscience, it's so inconvenient. Well, I suppose someone has to have a conscience in this business. It's just not going to be me. Don't look at me like that. It's just good business. And you and I both know that we can't afford to cut corners. I'm not making any apologies for the way I work. If you've got any delusions of grandeur, get that out of your head. Well, you know I admire you. Your work is legendary. Seamless, traceless. There's no pictures of you anywhere. I would know because I do my research. You're like a ghost. To tell you the truth, sometimes I feel like I'm doing business with a dead man. Yes, you can take that as a compliment, I suppose. You know, in a bizarre way, I look up to you. I know I'm a bit of a rookie. From time to time I slip up, but our business arrangement has so far proved mutually beneficial, and I aim to keep it that way. So, well, I have to be off. I have a dinner party to attend. I think the pearls will complement the outfit nicely, don't you? You have a good day.